Bottom of the Barrel Radio, Season 1, Episode 2. I'm John. I got Mike in the stew with me. Mike, how we doing?
It's going, good week. Started off with a fresh Monday.
Fresh Monday, dude. Everyone hates Mondays. What are you talking about?
Well, what's there to hate if you're not doing anything? Nothing.
Maybe for you.
Yeah, for me, bro, I'm not doing shit. I'm sitting on the couch. It's like a Monday is kind of like Friday. Doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, every day's Friday for you. For people that got to work, the essentials, Monday's the worst day of the week.
Shout out to the essentials.
Yeah,
Just,
shout out.
I didn't watch that Michael Jordan clip or the what's it on ESPN?
The Last Dance.
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
Dude, you should have. It was fire.
Want to? No, I just couldn't find it when you sent it to me. So we're gonna have to postpone that conversation until our next episode.
Well, if you can, find episode 3. It's on Dennis Rodman, the spirit animal of this podcast.
Why?
The worm. The worm.
Why? I just got that swagger. I don't follow basketball like that.
You don't know who Dennis Rodman is?
I know who he is. I didn't really follow what he's done or
Dude,
what
no.
I know of him.
So I'll tell you one story that they were put in the episode. So they were it's about like Michael Jordan and the
Bulls and everything.
The Bulls, yeah. And so they're interviewing Michael Jordan about Dennis Rodman, and they're saying like how Phil Jackson he gave him more rope than any coach should have ever given any player ever, just because he knew that to get Dennis Rodman to play the way they wanted him to, they needed to let him do him, So it's like the middle of the season. Rodman's burnt out, goes to Phil Jackson, goes to Michael Jordan. And he goes, guys, I need a vacation. They're both like, well, how long you need? He goes, I don't know, 48 hours. I'm like, all right, where are you going? He goes, I'm going to Vegas. And so they're like, all right. And so Rodman takes off to Vegas. He goes, but Phil Jackson says, if you're not back here in 48 hours, we're hunting you down and we're dragging you to practice, no matter how drunk, high, whatever you're on, wherever you are, we're bringing you back.
Fair enough.
So they go and they let him have his 48 hours. And I guess he was dating Carmen Electra at the time. And so his 48 hours is up and he's not back yet. So Phil Jackson sends Jordan to go get him. He goes to his apartment. They didn't specify where he was. Maybe he was back in Chicago or maybe he was, in Vegas or something. But he knocks on the bed, and this is where it gets funny, because in the editing, Michael Jordan goes, I'm not going to say who was in that bed, what they were doing. I'm just going to say I knocked on his door and he was in his room. Then they cut to Carmen Electra and she goes, Michael Jordan knocks on the door and I was in the bed with him and I just ducked. I hid under the covers.
Can you imagine that's the dude that comes in on you too? It's like in college, oh, it's your roommate walks in on you by accident, but no, Michael Jordan just walked in on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't even know the guy's name, the coach. I just said Coach Knight, and that was completely wrong. I forgot. It's Coach Jackson, right?
Phil Jackson, yeah. Phil Knight's the Nike guy.
Yeah, that's me, knowing basketball and all. Yo, so can I just show you this picture that Allie sent me before we go any further in this podcast?
Yeah, I said it.
It's said you look like this. This is Caillou, whatever it was. She's like, that's what you look like with your bucket hat on.
Get out of here. Not even close.
I kind of agree.
No, he's not even wearing a bucket hat.
He is. He's wearing a ball cap, but it kind of looks like
a ball cap, not a bucket hat.
You still look like the guy from Tool Time. You look like Wilson. You need the fence. You sit there like this. That would be you. We should get a cutout fence.
Yeah.
All right, so I was thinking of some things, just kind of sitting around. Like today, I was eating cereal this morning, and I thought about this. And I don't know if you'll be able to kind of relate to this. But so my cat, right? Oh shit! So my cat, I take him to the vet. This isn't recent. This is a couple months ago. It's And he's like, "Oh, your cat's 5 pounds overweight." And it's like, "Oh shit, yeah, my bad." Like that's really heavy for a cat to be overweight. And I was like, "Oh, my bad." Like, "Oh, my girlfriend, ex-girlfriend now, feeds her too much." Like, "My bad, don't know what to tell you." And I'm thinking about it, like, you think that's like what your parents are like when they go to the doctor? Like, come on, because my parents, my whole life, the doctor's like, "Yo, you're fat. Like, you're off the charts." You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the line. You're all the way up here. You need to slow it down. So then it's like, you think that your parents get the same kind of embarrassment that you get when the vet tells you your pet's fat? Because think about it. I'm sitting there all morning. I'm like, you got to feel a little bit like, damn, fuck. And then it's like, well, sorry, doc, we can't keep this fat fuck out of the goddamn kitchen. Like, the
Yeah.
fridge is his next bed. If we could have a bed closer to the fridge, he would do it. I'm just sitting there listening, like, kind of thinking about it, and I was like, we'll find out, I guess. We will surely find out what happens. But that was one of the things I thought about today.
Yeah.
And
Well, whenever I would go to the doctor would always say, he's like, "Yeah, you're a little overweight," and then my mom would be like, "See, I've told you stop eating so
yeah,
much."
I was never a little overweight. Like, I was like, it was like fat, obese, and then like morbidly obese. And it was just like, I'm morbidly
And then
obese.
there was Mike's scale.
Yeah, I'm like right up fucking there. He's fine. I don't really care. It's not too sensitive to that. But it was like, I remember he'd like call you in the room and you're like, oh shit, this isn't good. Like, so you about to tell me I'm about to have a heart attack at 13 because I
That's what
feel
you
like
tell me.
you know what I mean? Like, I climbed those steps today at school and it's like, damn, oof,
Yeah, I was a little bit more out of breath than I used to be.
shit. I remember like in high school, you'd be going out the third floor, and if you were like rushing to get to class, you'd be getting to class like huffing and puffing. Ooh, and
Yeah,
you're like, oh my God, I need to get in the gym, go
bro,
for a
then
run,
the
eat
worst.
a banana, put down the goldfish, just something else, change something in my life.
Bro, the worst. You would go from the first floor to the third floor, and you come up
That
and
sucks.
like out of breath. Someone be like, "Yo, you just come from
Like,
gym?" Ah,
I'm
dude,
like,
just went up
I'm
the stairs.
breath, I'm done.
Yeah,
Nuh-uh. I'm trying to think. What I had another one, and I want to know how you felt about it. Let's see what it was. I write everything down, so I'll be thinking about something. I just write it on my notes.
that's good.
Oh, so like I get we're in a pandemic, totally understandable. All these people are outside playing like their instruments and whatnot. So today I'm looking at this guy in Italy, and he was playing saxophone out on an amplifier, like right on the balcony. It looked like it was like sunset. And I was kind of thinking, like, how many times a week do you think somebody is playing an instrument outside? And then at the same time, like this guy playing the saxophone, it was so loud. And I was like, man, I would hate to be his neighbor. And imagine his neighbor just hates him. He's like, shut the fuck up, Tommy. Like, we don't want to hear your goddamn saxophone anymore.
Dude, I had a
Like,
neighbor.
what they're trying to do, like, I totally understand it. They're trying to show support to the front lines. But, like, they're probably what? We almost 2 months in. No,
We're
we're about a month in, right? I guess we're almost a
yeah,
month and a half.
yeah.
They're like 2 months in. They've had to have been listening to this now for 2 months, a month and a half. Shit's got to
Probably.
be old at some point.
Yeah.
And like, I get it. Total props out, shout out to all the frontline workers, all the essentials. Like, I'm so thankful for everything they're doing. But if I had to listen to some guy play saxophone every day, I'd be like, oh my God, this is hell.
My neighbor in school, he had a guitar, and he would play it. I could hear it like faintly, and then he would hook it up to an amp whenever he like learned something new, and he would like thought he was like Jimi Hendrix, and he would play for hours. And dude, there was one time he started playing at like 9 a.m. on a Sunday, and I was like deathly hungover. I wanted to blow my brains out. I like couldn't. I wasn't having any of it.
Bro, my sophomore year at Flagler, I swear to God, I had a rugby team in the next room next to me, and it was insane. Like, it'd be 11:30 at night. Me and my roommate would be watching TV or something, or playing a video game, and all of a sudden you're like, doo 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 doo, like someone just got tackled on the 50-yard line. And I go over and like knock on this door. I'm like, yo, can you guys stop whatever you're doing? It's like 11:30 on a Friday, or it's like 11:30 on a Monday. And you're kind of like, I'm just trying to chill. And all of a sudden, they shut the door. Like, oh yeah, my bad. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? You go over there, and the kid opens the door. I'm like, yo, you gotta shut up now. It's like now it's 1 o'clock in the morning on a fucking Monday, and I'm trying to go to bed. And the kid's like, "Oh yeah, our man, we're practicing." They're on the club soccer team, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? Come on,
Oh,
shut it down. It's time's done. Practice is over. Go home. Shut up. Let me
yeah.
watch my show." I think I was watching Sopranos. You get into it, you're like, "Ooh,"
Hey,
but
Tony.
yeah, you're like, "Come on, man, this is
Christopher.
ridiculous. It's 1:30. You're pounding a soccer ball against my wall. You're an asshole." I don't know, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was.
All right.
What's that?
Who's your favorite Sopranos character?
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
My favorite is
Like Ricky, but like then he becomes a huge like addict, and I was like, they kind of made him look different than I wanted him to.
yeah,
Um, Paulie's good. I'm a big fan of either Bobby. I like Tony is my dude.
yeah. No, of course. That's
Going into
what's it.
Bobby or Pussy. I like Pussy too, but he go,
Yeah, and then turned into a rat.
yeah, and it's not much. But Bobby's good too. I like when him and Tony get in a fight up at the cabin when they're playing like Monopoly or whatever.
Oh yeah,
That's a good scene.
it is, dude. I like Paulie. Hey, you say Paulie.
Always good. Who was the what's his name? I like Sil too. Sil's not bad, but the other guy, he was in Goodfellas too. They beat the shit out of him. What was he in The Sopranos though?
Oh,
He was Vito's uncle. Phil, that's who it was.
oh
Phil.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's good too. Man, that show's great. What's your second time show if you have a go to number two, or is that even your number one? Like Sopranos is my number one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Uh, if I had what like a go-to show, like if I had to watch it,
Mm-hmm.
Entourage, like
Sure.
a show I could like binge over and over and over again.
Yeah, I'm on
Yeah,
like my fifth time watching Sopranos.
I've watched Entourage probably like
Raj is good.
first episode to last episode probably 3 or 4 times.
Okay. Respect, respect. I think my number two would be Peaky Blinders.
See, I don't have Netflix, so I can't watch that.
What?
I don't have Netflix, so I can't watch that.
Dude, get Netflix, bro.
I know. I
Peaky
know.
Blinders is good. You got to give it like 2 episodes, and then you're.
I know. I've seen a couple episodes. It's really good, but I just don't have a Netflix. So
What do you have? Amazon?
I got literally everything but Netflix.
How? Though Netflix has the best originals.
Yeah, I
I
know.
so I think they have great originals. I think Hulu's coming up. I heard Outer Banks was good. I gotta watch it, but then I also heard that it's kind of like a romantic Didn't you say that? Someone said it's like a romantic comedy. Oh, maybe that was Jake, but or Blake said that. She said that, and so I'm gonna check that out. I heard it was good. People say it's good, so can't hurt. Got
Yeah,
nothing.
Kevin has his roommate's login.
What's that?
Kevin has his roommate's login. I'm about to steal his laptop or watch it on his Xbox.
There you go. All dead.
I
Yeah.
watched what's that? Irishman?
What's that?
Did I watch The Irishman?
It was good. I didn't think it was terrible, but I don't think it was the best movie by any
Yeah,
means.
it
The
was
problem is,
was it like 3.5 hours long or something like that?
yeah, it was a long ass
It
movie.
was real long.
But the other problem was like De Niro. He looks older, and they try to put him in some spots that like made him look young, and then you're like, oh, just
There was one scene where it was like obviously fake, like when he
where
dragged
they're
the
going
guy.
out the grocery
Yeah,
store.
the grocery store. Yeah,
Yeah.
he like obviously wasn't kicking him. I was like, dude,
No, and then he's like punching him. It's like a half-ass like punch. You're like, what
yeah,
is that? But I do think I think Joe Pesci played a pretty decent role in that movie. I think he played it well. It was weird though not seeing him be normal Joe Pesci in how he acts in movies. He
yeah,
wasn't the wild one. He wasn't the chaotic one.
yeah,
He was very reserved. It was almost weird seeing him in that kind of role. If that
and
makes
in a more laid back role. Normally he's like, oh, you talking to me? Huh?
sense. No, and I like that about him. I really do. I think that's a cool role.
Absolutely.
He's always the wild card. That's how in Casino he was great.
Casino and
My cousin Vinny, I loved him. He was
yeah,
great.
that's,
He's got a lot of good movies. What's your go-to right now while you're home?
I've been watching a lot of it's the Grand Tour. It's like a car show.
No, no.
It's like Top Gear. It's Top Gear, but on Amazon. and they do like a bunch of like wild stuff in cars. But before that, I was watching Chicago PD.
Uh,
Chicago PD, phenomenal show. It's the same plot over and over and over again. Like, oh, they find a problem, they almost catch a guy, then they realize it's not him, then they find the real guy, then they resolve it by the end of the episode. But it's the same thing over and over and over again. But it's so entertaining every time they do
I have dove in to Deadliest Catch.
it.
I am a Deadliest Catch fan geek. I've been watching everything Deadliest Catch wise, and I stay up till like 2 o'clock just to watch it. It's absurd, and it is one of the best things to watch. It is so legit. You give looking at these dudes, and you're just like, man, that sucks. I couldn't. That blows. It's like just waves getting crashed on them, and it's
Yeah,
like
it's middle of Alaska in the freezing
you're
cold.
like, guys, get the pot up. You're like freezing their mustache. You're like, oh my
Yeah,
god, that's terrible.
they're in the middle of
And
Alaska.
they get tossed off the boat. They're getting shit stuck between shit. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah, freezing cold.
I would do that. I would try that. I would love to try it. I don't know if I
That looks miserable. I watched. I
could.
watched.
Like I would want to do it. Let's like Gold Rush. Me and my
Yeah,
dad watched Gold Rush, and we're like, man, that would be pretty fucking awesome. Like, could you
Gold
imagine?
Rush is cool.
Like, mining for gold. You're like, yeah, bitches, we're getting some gold today.
Oh yeah, that's because they're in the middle of like Arizona or something like that in like a
What are
warm.
you talking about? They're in the Yukon, up in Alaska.
Get it? I've seen ones where they're in like Arizona and stuff.
Alaska is Yukon, Canada. I think the Yukon might be Canada. I think the
Not
Yukon.
in Alaska.
Bro, that's cold. Like, and this dude, Parker, he's like the big dude. He's been doing it since he's been like 17, just cutting his class and going gold mining.
Uh
He's over in Australia doing this crap, and he's like, this shit sucks. It's hot. And I was like,
huh.
no shit. But yeah, I'm a big Discovery Channel buff. I watched Alaskan Bush People. Everybody in college was like, you're a freak. Why the fuck do you watch
Dude,
that?
yeah, that show is nuts.
I loved it. And then like more and more I watched it, I was like, oh my god, they're freaks. Like,
Yeah,
oh
dude.
my god.
Alaskan bush people.
But have you ever put a show on and you're just like, oh my god, I'm losing brain cells? Like this is stupid. And people might be doing that to us right now. Like this is just terrible.
Absolutely.
And
If anyone's made it this far on the podcast, you've definitely lost like 3 or 4 brain cells at least.
there's also things that I turn on and I'm like, I just got a little more white trash from watching that. You know what I mean? Like you're
Oh,
like,
like moonshiners.
see, I love that. And they
Yeah, me
just started
too.
another show where they're bringing all these people on to make shine.
Well, like
And
legal shine, like legal shine.
it's like a competition they're doing, and they
Oh,
make
okay.
their shine, have them do it. It's pretty legit.
All right,
I
dude.
kind of like that, but like I get it, like Swamp People. Remember when we used to
Oh
watch?
yes, swamp people.
Make
Google, please.
You're like, what did he just say? And then they have to put subtitles for somebody who speaks English. You're like, that's some raging Cajun right there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, we have to put subtitles. Who's that? Somebody's getting. Tom Segura.
Yeah.
He's getting lit up right now about his Louisiana people. They
Wow.
are furious at him because he made fun of them in one of his skits. Went off on Louisiana. He's like, fuck building a wall of like the southern border. We should build a wall around Louisiana. Those Creole people. And I was like, yeah. And I like Creole people because they make some good food. Like I loved watching Gators. So I
Oh,
love
nah,
like that's some good stuff. And he had some backlash.
yeah.
I don't know if it's good, but then I think he had a state that ranks lower than Louisiana. I don't know if it was Arkansas, but I feel like it was Arkansas.
I wouldn't doubt
If that's the case, like, how pissed would you be if you were from Arkansas? You'd be like, oh, go fuck yourself, Tom. Like, you're an idiot.
it. Well, in that to Arkansas's defense, there's really nothing that is ever good come out of Arkansas. So
I feel like but like we say that, I feel like that's not true. Something has come out of Arkansas.
okay, name it.
I don't know it, but I'm sure
Exactly.
if I took 5 minutes on Google, I could tell you something that came out of Arkansas.
I'll Google the most famous people.
Doesn't mean it's worthless, John.
I'm gonna Google the most famous people from Arkansas right now.
Most famous people or most famous things?
Inventions to come out of Arkansas.
Okay, I'm curious. I'm intrigued. Excuse me. Dude, this rocking chair is solid. I'm digging this setup. I don't even know if the audio is working. Excuse me. But
Fried pickles.
what came out of Arkansas?
Fried pickles.
Oh, that's a win already. Chalk it up. W.
Get out of here. Fried pickles are
What do you
terrible.
mean, you don't like fried pickles?
Archery.
Archery?
Yeah. Modern
Okay, that's another necessity.
necessity.
If you didn't have a gun, you have to kill something with something.
Yeah, poison.
Maybe not a necessity, but it's a good tool. I guess it's not the bow and arrow, but archery came from Arkansas, I guess.
And the number
Oh,
one
fried
thing,
pickles, W.
the number one thing to come out of Arkansas is the Bowie knife.
Also, a W. Great knife.
Yeah, but it's not something you couldn't live without.
You open your mouth, and there's three things off the rip that are great out of Arkansas. Give me another state. Go Montana. Let's see what's out of Montana. Because there's got to be something great out of Montana now, because you just said three great things from Arkansas. Arkansas.
Montana's most impactful invention is actually the heart monitor.
Wow, that's a big one.
That is pretty big.
That's a big one. Okay, give me New Mexico.
Tacos.
I'm out of New Mexico.
Tex-Mex.
No, that's Texas.
No.
There's a name in it. Tex-Mex.
Mexico, New Mexico.
Yeah, they're talking about Texas and Mexico. They both border each other. That's Tex-Mex. What do you mean New Mexico? Come on.
New Mexico is the first to do these 10 things. Build the atomic bomb.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Um,
That's a big one. Not for that could be, that's a little
develop the water disruptor, whatever that means.
sounds important.
The water disruptor uses a blade of water to pulverize targets. The device, developed by scientists in the Sandia National Laboratories, was used by troops in Afghanistan to disable roadside bombs.
That's pretty awesome, then.
It sold the first personal computers.
Wow. So New Mexico is pretty big.
They created, here's one for you. They created nicotine patches.
Ooh, that's a good one. All right, give me West Virginia. What's coming out of West
Country
Virginia?
Roads, John Denver.
West Virginia.
Done. John Denver, Country Roads.
Oh yeah, good point. All right, we got one there. What's another state? One other state.
Wyoming.
I think they're gonna say potatoes. Wyoming. Jackson Hole's in Wyoming, right?
Yeah, sick. Jackson Hole's sick.
Go out west, man. That'd be sweet. We should do that. Dude's trip. Go to a dude ranch. I don't even have to go to a dude ranch. I don't even know what a dude ranch is.
Dude ranch is for the gays.
Is that what it is?
I don't know,
I
probably.
don't know what it is. I'm just kind of. I want to go ride some 4-wheelers, shoot at some stuff, ride a horse, see some mountains, that kind of thing. It's kind of my goal. You drinking?
Yeah, boy.
Good stuff. Me too. We need to start a good rule. We need for everybody whoever writes in, they need to make up some rules. I think it'd be good. Every time
I think we might have our first guest next week.
What's that?
So we had someone DM asked to be our first guest next week.
Yeah, Hollywood, right?
Yeah, Matt Hannett. Shout out Matt Hannett.
Wow.
I can't find any inventions from Wyoming.
Huh? Crazy. So I guess we should talk about what we got written in on, huh? Or what got asked.
He said he wants to. He said I think he's got a good. Alabama windshield wipers.
Wow.
Alaska ranch dressing. Arizona tasers.
Whoa, ranch dressing came from Alaska, or did they just manufacture it? Either way, that's surprising.
Yeah.
Who's it? Miller.
No, yeah, Hidden Valley Ranch is out of Alaska.
Wow, that's a game. That's a surprising little fact right there.
Hidden Valley, I would have guessed Colorado or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Not Alaska. You know what I mean?
No. Arizona tasers. Arkansas is get out of here. Arkansas is Walmart.
What's that?
Arkansas, the biggest thing to come out of Arkansas is Walmart.
Walmart?
Yeah, the first Walmart opened in Rogers, Arkansas in 1962.
Excuse me. Oh my gosh.
California's jeans,
All right,
Colorado
get to our
tampons.
right in. We're
What?
over our states.
What was that?
We're over our states. Let's get to our right in. What we got?
All right, hold on. Let's see. Check the Instagram DM. Follow our Instagram at Bottom of the Barrel Radio.
Yo.
Uh, all right, let's see. We put up an episode. We said we're taping episode 2 tonight. DM us topics you want to hear. Matt Hannett said he wants to hear about ferry overnight car watch stories. When I used to stay and watch drunk boat fights. Then he wants to know our thoughts on the removal of the 1 a.m. boat and the impact the coronavirus will have on Fire Island this year.
Wow. He's just really thrown in. Way to go, Hollywood.
Yeah, he wants to script the whole podcast.
Well, getting rid of the 1 a.m. boat, I mean, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, it
Still,
was.
being in like the lot, like when I worked there for a year, doing like the overnight security or parking, whatever it was, you start to understand why they shut down the 1 a.m.
Oh, absolutely.
Makes a lot of sense. But for the businesses over there, I would be lobbying that so hard because
All the
that's
bars.
so now what time's the boat? 11:50, 12 o'clock, something like that?
Yeah, on Fridays it's 11:50.
Yeah, that's a lot of time to take away from bars.
Yeah,
You know? A lot of
that,
drinks.
that's like at least 2 drinks each at like what is it, 12, $13 a drink,
Is that much?
something like that. I don't know.
Man,
I don't pay
why
for.
from over there, dude? That's crazy.
I don't pay for them, but
Still, that's absurd. $13 for a drink.
Zippy.
Yeah, but like I'll just go get a case of beer or a
Yeah, but
bottle of beer at
a
that point.
Zippy there is a double everywhere else.
A what?
A zip like one Zippy there is like a double everywhere else.
Yeah, I guess. Still, that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
But I
what?
love beer, man. And a beer's probably like $8.
No, I think it's like 6.
It's not the worst I've seen, but it's not great.
Well, yeah, it's no dollar beers.
$6. You're like, oh, that's a ripoff. So, what are some of the crazy stories you saw working overnight at the ferries?
Overnight or just working parking in general. I've been there for 6 years. I've seen some
In
stuff.
general, what's your craziest story?
I don't know. Probably. Oh, okay. So so we double park cars in, right? And so there was this couple from New Jersey that was blocked in, but the spot next to them was open. So he's pulled in straight and he's blocked in behind him. And so homie does like 100-point turn to try to get out the spot next to him. And then he goes out the back to the back gate,
Yeah.
and like he can't get out because he didn't pay. So he comes up to the front, and we go to move the car later. We find this note on the car that's blocking him in, and it's like, you're he goes, learn how to park, you're an idiot. Like and like the car had like a bunch of Bernie stickers on it. He goes, yeah, that's why. He goes, you're an idiot, you're a liberal idiot, that's why Bernie will never win. Go Trump 2020. Or it was so funny.
I have two memorable stories. Like I'm sure I had some when I was working freight, but like freight was pretty fun. But overnight, the first one was like my second week on, and it was probably 11 o'clock, and this guy just got off the boat. He was like a cook over on Fire Island somewhere. Got his car, brought it up, and the dude tipped me in weed, like just put it in my hand, and I'm like, oh
Oh
my
yeah.
god, what do I do with this? So I like threw it. I was like, I don't even want that. What is that? Like, no. But I'm a senior in high school, and I'm like, nuh-uh, get away. Drugs are bad. I went up to my boss. I'm like, oh my god, this guy just tipped me in marijuana. Like I was like, oh my god, whatever. And they're like, what'd you do with it? I was like, I threw it. I didn't know what to do with it. They're like, where is it? I was like, it's probably under one of the cars. Like I just got rid of it. I just chucked it. They're like, well, next time just tell us. And I was like, okay. Why does it look like? Then I was like, oh, does it look sketchy that I threw this weed? Do you think I took this weed? Like, what's going on? Like, oh my god. So that was the first story. Then the second story was I got spit on over on the west side. It was like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And it was like I don't even, I think it was a weekday. It wasn't even like a weekend. Maybe it was a Sunday night. And this dude came in the lot hammered. His girlfriend and him were walking up Maple Avenue. It had to be like 2 o'clock. I'm like, oh shit, they're gonna come into the lot. And they came in the lot, asked some questions. I was like, okay. The girl was pretty nice, and the guy like was belligerent, and he just hacks a loogie on me. And I was like, what the fuck? So I grabbed the dude. I like push him out, and then he starts like gets away from me and runs down an aisle of cars. And I'm like, oh, this sucks. Like I'm not running after him. I'm like 280 at the time. I'm like, no shot. I'm catching him. So I'll just wait here. It's all fenced in. He's got to hop a fence or something. So I call Shake. I'm like, yo, you got to come over here. This guy's here. Bring a flashlight. I don't know where he's at. His girlfriend's literally waiting here in the front gate. So finally, she's like, I'm taking a cab home. She leaves. And the dude comes back up. And he gets like right to the gate. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Me and Shake literally just pick him up and put him outside. Like, don't come back. Find your own ride. The girl's in a taxi from David's Brothers yelling at him. I'm leaving ya! I'm leaving ya! And I'm just like, this is so ghetto. He's like, oh, my bitch, why are you leaving me? Like screaming at her. And he just walks down the road. Never saw him again. Shake's like, what was that about? I was like, I have no clue. That was the most random thing that ever happened. Dude just hacked a loogie dead on my chest. And I was like, it's fucking disgusting. It was the thing. Like, I've dealt with some shit and like, I don't know, just that was, I was like, oh, that's nasty. Like, what do you got? You got something? Because I don't want to even touch my shirt. I just want to burn it now.
Yeah, right.
That, and then, there was also one time we were, I think Matt was actually there.
Well,
This guy,
let's wait for him. We'll let him tell his story next week.
okay, I dig it.
All right.
But yeah, yeah, let him tell. I don't know if he was there. I'm thinking about it, but I'll think about it. And
Yeah,
then
but he was always there with Nikki's, right? He would always stay until that 1 a.m. boat got in.
yeah, he and Stark would hang out when after they would finish up at Nikki's. They'd hang out with me and Shake until they'd leave.
Yeah.
Me and Shake were there from what 9 to 6. I like that job. The job was a good job. It was an easy job.
It was probably the easiest one I ever did.
The hardest part was between 1:30 and like
6
2:30.
a.m.
Then you like sitting there and make sure no one steals anything. You eat some food. Like I always eat a 5 hour or drink a 5 hour energy. Just cause. And I never fell asleep. Like whatever. Like you get tired and you're like, I gotta go walk around. Like 5 o'clock's coming up. You're like, I want to get in bed. You go walk the lot till the next person comes in for the morning.
Yeah.
Bro, Shake got caught like 3 times sleeping on the job.
Oh yeah.
At least 3. And by like very important people in the company. And I was like, you not fall asleep? Like, I didn't fall asleep. What are you talking about? It's resting my eyes. Like, shut up, dude. You were snoring.
I'm resting my eyes.
Bro, we used to work together on the west side. He'd fall asleep, and I'd just be like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. It's like, and we gotta go to class the next morning because we started working while we were still in high school in May.
Yeah.
All right, you sleep. I'm like, I'm not sleeping. Like, one, I don't trust you because you'll fall asleep. And two, like, they're paying us to stay awake, douchebag. Like, stay awake.
Seriously.
And he's like, okay. And then he falls asleep. And I have to videotape him to convince him that he was asleep. Stupid. You get mad defensive about it. I was like, Shake, here's a video of you snoring in your truck. Well, nah, I'm like, dude, it's not like, just own up to it now. Like, we got evidence, own up to it.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't know. That was a good time. That was always a good place to work. I enjoyed the ferries.
It's fun.
It was a good spot. So what else you got? What are we thinking about next episode? What are we talking about? Where are we going?
Next episode, we're gonna bring Matt on. We're gonna bring some late night ferry stories, and then we'll tell him to bring a topic of his own, and then we'll go off that. So he could be a wild card. I'm not gonna ask him. So it'll just be live reaction.
Get ready, Hollywood.
All right.
So long.
I know, dude. Well, we hung out with him.
Put your hat down. Don't fold that shit. Keep that shit. Yeah.
We saw him a little while ago, but yeah. Season 1, episode 2, Bottom of the Barrel. You got anything else, Mike?
No, just check out our Instagram. Check out Southern Bottle, Sobo Radio, D4 Sports. What else we got? Spike Eats.
Mike Bites.
or Spike Bites.
Check
Neat.
out check out the new website. We just revamped it.
What's that?
So check out the new website, southernbottle.com. We just revamped.
Well, southernbottle.com is still there, but the new website's not live yet. Oh, I got to send something to Jake now. You just remind me. But it will be live in the next 3 days. We'll have all our episodes of all our different podcasts. We have about 6 new podcasts. Go check us out. Instagram is southernbottle_sobo. It's our main Instagram. All the other podcasts have their own. Go check them out. Show them some love. And then DM us if you got anything that you want to share, any stories you want to hear, anything you want to know about, and let us know.
Yeah, if you want to hop on the pod next week, shoot us a DM at
Yeah,
Southern
I like faces on here.
What was that?
Let's get some faces on here.
Yeah, get some new faces. I'm tired of staring at Mike.
Yeah,
that disgusting mustache. All right, season 1, episode 2, Bottom of the Barrel Radio. That's a wrap.